I now call the House to order on behalf of all of America's children.
From the capital city of Charleston, West Virginia, this is Inside West Virginia Politics with Mark Curtis. Inside West Virginia Politics is brought to you by AARP West Virginia, your ally for real possibilities in the Mountain State.
And good Sunday morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Inside West Virginia Politics. I'm your host, Mark Curtis. Guess where we're coming to you from this week? The United States Capitol in Washington, D.C. We are talking about the new Congress, and we are joined right now by our two U.S. Senators, Democrat Joe Manchin of West Virginia, Republican Shelly Moore Capito of West Virginia. Great to have you both on the show.
Good to be with you.
Thanks, Mark.
Well, Happy New Year and Happy New Congress. What's the mood like around here? We've had the government shutdown for the better part of 2 weeks. What are your thoughts on where we go? We'll start with you, Senator
Well,
Manchin.
basically, the mood is, why can't we get something done? Why don't we move forward? You know, we think there's a pathway forward, and we should be taking that pathway, but the president basically has said nothing until he gets exactly what he thinks. I think it's up to $5.6 billion now for the wall. It's all schematics. It's optics. There's no such thing as a wall that we know, like the China wall or a solid wall. We're talking about a security. And all of us think that there should be border security. Why can't we get past that? Well, there's other things that go to it. Don't you think you should fix the immigration policies of this country? Can't we do some things to make sure that people are here for the right reason, even though they came the wrong way, have a chance to produce and contribute to America, and get rid of the people here for the wrong reason that got here the wrong way?
Senator Capito, your thoughts from the other side of the aisle, especially we have a president who was elected primarily because of the issue of border security.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got a more acute problem than what a lot of people realize. On the month of October, we had 51,000 people were illegally apprehended at our border. I mean, that's like the city of Charleston in October came across our borders. Those are only the ones that were apprehended. We've got to have better border security, which includes a wall, which includes drones and more technology. And it takes money to do it. We passed a bill out of the Senate that would, out of the Senate Appropriations Committee, that would be $1.6 billion. That's my bill out of the Appropriations Committee, and I think that that's a reasonable down payment. But the president, we can't bring him along. He wants $5 billion. But here, in terms of the mood, I think a lot of it's going to be predicated on what happens in the House today. We believe Nancy Pelosi will be elected Speaker of the House. And I think then it's sort of game on how the actual negotiations are going to be able to go between the leaders, don't you?
Well, the president, I spoke to him a week or two ago, and we were talking about this. Mr. President, shutting down is never an option, should never be an option. Work through it, extend it, keep us here, do whatever it takes to get to an agreement. And we have 6 bills, 6 appropriations bills that was all been agreed upon. The only one's not agreed upon right now, because the president won't accept it, is Homeland Security. The other 6 is ready to open up, and it could keep 99% of the government running. And then work through your differences. Are we going to get a major immigration, get a partial immigration? What can we get to secure our borders? That's where we are.
Where are we going to get cooperation on another big and controversial issue, that being health care? You were just reelected, and a lot of it was your concern about people with pre-existing conditions losing coverage.
Well, I mean, West Virginia is affected more than any other state per capita. When you look at a state that's got hit as hard as ours, and people that benefited by getting insurance the first time, it would be different. I would still say, okay, I'm fine. I understand we got to do something different. For 8 or 9 years, my colleagues, my friends on the Republican side have said we're going to repeal it and replace it. There's never been an acceptable replacement, because there's no guarantee that basically a person with pre-existing conditions can have access to affordable health care. And you're going to put the insurance companies, being God and jury, if you will, deciding whether you get it or not, whether it's too expensive, whether you can afford it. And basically, you're going back to the scenario of a West Virginian said, I don't want to be a burden to my family. What they're telling you when they say, I don't want to be a burden to my family, can't afford it, I don't want to bankrupt them, so whatever the good Lord's going to do with me, let him do it.
Senator Capito, you've expressed this concern to me many times about the spiraling cost of the premiums and the increases. Right. And so where are we with that? And do you think you can craft a bipartisan solution to this problem?
I think we've got to fix what we have. And I think we've got to preserve coverage for pre-existing conditions. I'm on a bill right now that would do that. I think we have other things. Young people on their insurance policies, their parents' insurance policies till they're 26, no caps and all of the things, the good parts. But let's be real about this. We've got people in West Virginia who are uninsured because they can't afford it. Small businesses can't afford it. We've looked at other options, small business plans, more temporary plans that people could spot in and out of the market away from Obamacare. Those are the options that we need to, I think, really look at to make sure that people get their coverage, the coverage that they need and want. And that's what we want for West Virginia.
Mark, let me just say one thing real quickly, is that when John McCain voted not to repeal, it only took 51 votes, simple majority, and the Republican friends could not get to 51. We went to work immediately. Lamar Alexander, a wonderful Republican from Tennessee, and Patty Murray, both ranking members in the Health Committee, sat down, and a bunch of us came every morning at 8 o'clock, worked through it. We have a bill that's been sitting on Mitch McConnell's desk for over a year now. A reinsurance bill that works well in Alaska. We copied that one. There's all a 2.0 bill over in Indiana that controls basically Medicaid expansion. We like that too. He will not let us vote on it.
All right, we're going to talk about that issue, those issues, but there's some things germane specifically to West Virginia, the coal miners' pensions, the broadband problems. We want to address those in our next segment. Stay with us for more on Inside West Virginia Politics.